Oh yeah, 100%.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Brothers in Red podcast. Realising we cannot see our current volumes just to make sure that you can hear us okay. It's me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, and my brother
Ben Double, aka Dubs_LFC.
I was about to finish that off for you, but I can't believe you would try and do that to me. I'm the only one that does that. How have you been? Football aside?
I've been
Football
alright.
Twitter aside, football aside, all of the asides. Life treated you well the past week?
Not been too bad. Thanks.
Not been too shabby? No more poorlynesses?
No, just at the end of still just remnants of it.
It is 9 days until the due date of my child. It is getting scarily close until there is another Liverpool supporter among us. Just a quick summary of what we're going to talk about today. Unless if there's anything football related you wanted to talk about first.
No.
No? The one thing I will say...
Bring back Vert. Just bring back Florian.
We will get on to Florian.
Florian!
The one thing I will say is I will be keeping an eye on the live Premier League scores and keeping you updated, because when you listen to this, they'll already have finished. But we might add a little bit of spice to our conversations today. Okay?
Okay.
So today, we're going to round off with Moment of the Week, as usual. We haven't asked you, as usual, but we have the best moments of the weeks. Going to take some hot takes on the Premier League signings this year. Both Ben and me taking turns, give our thoughts and opinions, and give them a rating from my predefined list. Don't jump ahead. I can see your brain whirring. Don't try and guess who or what the ratings are.
Some of them are surely just going to be NA.
Oh, we'll get on to that. You're already guessing. Next, rule changes. Have you seen these from FA for the referee rule changes and power, etc.?
Maybe.
I've listed a few. We'll get onto a discussion. I know you've quote tweeted one about Arsene Wenger, which isn't in the list, but is being considered for Canadian, I think. We'll get onto that.
I don't agree with it.
I was about to say save your opinion, and you literally just went, I don't
Or
agree.
maybe I do.
Wow, keep them on the edge of their
Dum, dum.
seats.
Dum dum.
Oh, the heartbeat
Dum,
as well.
dum.
Wow. But first, we will, of course, as always, review the recent results. We've got two to talk about. One we'll want to talk about more than the other, I expect. But we'll see.
We'll still shit that one as well.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start with West Ham then. 5-2 in the end of the scoreline. Obviously...
I didn't even watch the game.
Oh.
From what my understanding is that we were still shit.
So we took our chances. I didn't watch the... I only watched the first half. I either watched only the first half or only the second half.
We shouldn't be conceding 2 against West Ham.
I didn't watch the second half because I didn't watch the rest of the goals. I saw the first half. So
It's good we won.
I didn't see the conceding bits other than the highlights afterwards, and obviously seeing the same content you have. Much better from corners. It was basically a game of set pieces. I think 5 out of the 6 out of the 7 goals were all scored from set pieces.
Can you remind me of something when we get on to the next game, just saying height?
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
So yeah, quick run through of those 5 goals. You got Ekitike in the 14th minute. I'm trying to remember them all right now, but Ekitike's...
I was working.
So you literally have zero recollection. I was really going to rely on you for some of these. I don't know. I just always rely on you.
You're off on Saturdays. I'm working.
Ekitike.
This is you.
I know Van Dijk scored
If
from...
it's 3 p.m, I can't even watch my
headed
phone,
directly
so
into
it's even
corner.
worse.
Maka was sort of a second phase of... Oh, that was it. Ekitike's. So the ball comes out from the corner, sort of cleared, only as far as Gravenberch, makes one challenge, and it gets really brought back to him again, and then he has a split second to make the pass to Ekitike, cutting through the players. Everyone probably thinks he's going to turn around and play negative.
Yeah.
Excellent sort of drive and pass there from Grav straight into Ekitike, and then Ekitike does what he does best, I think, and it's instinctual, full of confidence finish. Second goal was just Virgil van Dijk straight from a corner. It's an argument for Gomez to be offside because he was potentially impeding the keeper. He's impeding the keeper all the way up until...
No, I say this is an argument for why we should have been given the goal against, who was it? a few months back now. We got one ruled offside.
But that one should have been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's the same
was
thing.
that Man City?
It could have been City, to be fair.
Ages ago.
Yeah.
I think it was City. I can't remember. But yeah, everyone knew that should have been a goal though.
Yeah.
And then this was one where he's impeding him up until sort of a few seconds or maybe a second before Van Dijk headers the ball. By the point the ball is headed towards the goal, the keeper has full sight. Joe's out the way. The keeper's planted with his feet, ready to make his decision as to what he's going to do. And the ball is already out of reach of him anyway. If they disallowed that, that would be literally atrocious. It's good that they didn't. We'd have to complain about it, but still, nonetheless. Then McAllister again, similar to Ekitike, it's on the second phase of play after the corner. So corner comes in, back post. I think it's Ekitike. Maybe misheaders it, fumbles back into the middle of the pitch, and then Maka sort of half volleys it to the roof of the net. Really, really clean finish. Really nice. Then obviously West Ham go and score twice. You've got Souček, which was sort of one of those where I'd say we're kind of caught sleeping a little bit. They make a couple of really good passes, and Souček just is on his toes more than the rest of our defensive line. Cuts across the goal, and he just slots it in, sort of running through our defensive line. If everyone's a lot more alive, it's sort of snuffed out and is dealt with, but it wasn't. And the last sort of their goal was from a set piece as well. It's allowed to go through so many bodies to a guy at the back post who just dinks it in. Like, there's a good chance of 2 or 3 people clearing that. Ali could be more decisive running in, and it sort of fumbles back to the back post guy, and then no one picks him up. There's 2, I think, at the back post that are sort of cleared. Obviously, Gakpo gets his goal. Assist from Ekitike. He kind of needed that goal. I don't know if you saw his reaction.
No, you say this every time he scores.
I think
you say this every time he scores. Don't know if you guys heard that.
He does it a lot now, though. Like, I feel like he can feel how much pressure he's under at the minute.
Yeah, did you see Robbo's comment on Gakpo or something?
No.
So after that game, he commented on, like, with like silencing the haters almost.
Yeah.
So it's just because they know what's going on online.
Exactly. And we'll get on to why he's under pressure maybe a bit later. But the pressure's heated, but also I don't think he helps himself with the pressure. I think you've mentioned before, decision-making wise.
Oh, 100% decision-making, but I don't think Slot sets up right to suit any of our forwards.
I agree. I do agree.
And I think that is a big issue at the moment.
Especially, I'd say...
Without Verts.
Yeah.
I think Brighton, it clicked. We said Salah had the best game he's had all year because him and Verts were feeding off each other.
Yeah.
Verts can make the dummies runs to create space for Gakpo to cut inside. Can do the 1-2s with anyone and all this kind of stuff. But without him, there's just no creativity.
And so in this game, it didn't really matter because we
got a couple of goals from a corner.
Got our set pieces, our set piece goals essentially. And then Frimpong doing Frimpong bits and causing an own goal. Feels like that's his favourite thing to do.
Yeah.
Is either shoot, not shoot, and it goes in, or kick it at that player and it goes in. And he's done that like 3 times each. So yeah, awesome from Frimpong when he came on. Massive swing to being reliant on dead ball though, and we've already mentioned it. Verts being a massive missing piece in this. Feel free to go on to the Wolves game if you have more analysis, but how bad is it? How reliant we are already on him?
Well, obviously, I can comment on the West Ham game because I didn't really see it because I was working. But from the Wolves game, everything was dead. My point is with Verts, there is so much we miss about him. So not only does he press like Shobo presses, he's one of the front pressers. He creates space by coming to the ball to create space for someone behind him. He'll do 1-2s. He'll do forward fast passes. He'll inject the pace into the attack. He'll create. He'll cross. He'll take a couple players on. Like, he is just the focal point, and this is why we paid money for him. And now he's settled, and he's been playing well, and he was dictating our games. I don't think everyone realised how much he was dictating our games until now.
Yeah,
like he was making those around him better. And you said on a previous podcast, Salah's okay with it because he knows Liverpool are in good hands almost. Like it's like a passing of the torch. Like this guy's a superstar, so he doesn't mind.
Yeah,
started playing well, got that link, and now he's not there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it screams what the evidence of what we're seeing when Salah stops getting the service.
100%, like
that, or rather than the service, because I think he gets past the ball a lot. I just think he gets past the ball
in the wrong areas.
He's
not a winger anymore in my head.
In the most difficult
100%
situations
to create something,
to do something.
Like
people always complain about him not making a cross past the first post, but he's never got the space to get a cross away, sort of thing. There's elements of Salah's game which I'm really struggling with at the minute in terms of shot from long range. You just almost know it's not going in for some reason. Like he's struggling with that part of his game.
But I don't think he.
I can't remember the last time we got one on target. Put it that way.
But I think he rushes them now.
Yeah, fine.
I don't think he took it. He shouldn't have taken it first time. The one he did against Wolves.
Yeah.
He should have taken one touch and shot instead, and it would be banging in, kind of thing. And he'd have the confidence to be able to do that before. Whereas, like everyone in this team, it's just pressure at the moment.
Pressure, desperation, and that's not me saying that that's not the case.
No.
That's just me saying
with
the evidence of seeing Salah at the minute is whenever he's taking it from those shots, which I would say was one of his trademarks.
Yeah.
Things. It's just never on target, and whether that's pressure, whether that's again not getting it in the right quite situation, whereas maybe Bobby used to lay it off perfectly, that sort of thing. But
this is the other thing,
really struggling. And then I can imagine Gakpo's the same, of feeling the pressure, and the reason he cuts in so much is because he's getting good reward from beating that man every time because he's able to do it.
Yeah.
And then what does he do in that situation? He shoots. So if he's able to replicate it, he thinks one of these is going to go in and I'm going to help us.
Yeah,
rather than I should be varying it because the amount of times I get to the byline, I genuinely create something as well. Because the couple of times he does that, he looks phenomenal.
100%.
So I completely agree. And I think the other thing from the wingers getting that service is Ekitike. He is dropping in these games to come and get the ball really deep and shows his quality. He does well to do that link-up play, but we need him up the pitch.
We just need him in the box.
Exactly. And Vert is the one that stops him coming in, and Vert gives him the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, massive miss. We'll start with the big question now. How bad is it? How much we rely on him? Like, what's the alternative?
I don't see. This is the issue. So I've just bigged him up. I'm saying we miss him, but if we're missing him in this system, change the fucking system. Change something. Like my argument, I've said it before. Salah looked dangerous when he came inside. When wingers lose a yard of pace, Messi, Ronaldo, you could go on. They come inside. Mm-hmm. They start playing number 10. They start playing as a striker. Salah could easily do that, and now is the time to do it when we don't have Verts to play him as that 10, but with Shobo and Gravel Jones behind him.
My thing, because I kind of agree, and you kind of inspired a idea in my head that might work. Might not, just because of Salah doesn't really have a right foot, but could probably do enough of the job, and I think he would learn to make things work with his left foot because he's always done that his whole career. But for the West Ham game, when I knew Verts was out, I literally was like, we should be setting up with the 4-2-2-2-2 and dropping Gakpo or rotating Gakpo out, not through anything against Gakpo because he's still a second best goal scorer, but through you then have the opportunity to bring Gomez back in right back, or Frimpong, I think even actually was fit, and going Grav Jones, Shobo, Maka as a 4, dominating, and you then have 2 people helping the front 2 and almost doing the Vert's job together. And that's just a change of system, which we just don't see. You almost try and square peg, round hole it, and it kind of just falls apart.
I think this is one of my criticisms. Well, our criticisms of Slot this year is he doesn't change much anymore. We used to notice all the different things he used to do. We used to be able to identify the tweaks mid-game. And now it just looks like he's outclassed in the games. You can't break down things. He can't come up with new things to do. He doesn't change formation. Like you should be able to, on the whim. They know how to, like. This is the thing about a style of football. Say Jurgen Klopp wanted to randomly change formation to like a 3-5-2 or anything 4-2-2-2. The style of football doesn't change. Just the formation and where your players are and how to play it does. And that's, I think, why it might be harder with Slot. Because the style of play, I still don't think people understand it properly. I don't think the players totally agree with it at times.
I think the agreement thing could be really true. And then I think in terms of the style of play, it could be a case of, because Gegenpress is quite a flexible style of play, I'd say.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas if Slot doesn't have Vert and he doesn't have Frimpong and he doesn't have Gyökeres and he doesn't have that mix, and then he doesn't have a backup striker to add an impact later on in the game, all of a sudden his tactical subs are gone and his initial game plan's gone, and then he's trying to make people do jobs in places where they potentially aren't suitable or fit enough to do it.
See, I would play, like, we have, well, obviously we've got Isak and Ekitike, and 100% the plan was to play them both at the same time at times.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't we playing Salah up top and just putting Frimpong right wing and Gomez right back?
I agree.
And having two up top.
Especially in games where we're clearly struggling, we're clearly not pressing cohesively, drop to a 4-4-2 to be rigid and have two extremely threatening players on a counter.
I just think
when
he was
you then
so dangerous.
Frimpong and Gyökeres as your bombing wingers.
Yeah. I just don't think he's got the yard of pace he used to have. Like, he does it in moments. Like Brighton, he looked electric. But I think overall he has lost that yard of pace, and we're giving him out. He's not like in the play, if you know what I mean. He's not in the creative type of positions. Whereas if he's moved centrally, he'll be doing those passes. He's still got the vision. He's got the technique. It's just he doesn't get the chances to demonstrate it almost.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree.
Because there's like a couple 1-2s that he did, and like he took it around a couple players, and someone quoted the I think the shot he had where he like body feinted someone and shot with the outside of his boot and it was on target. Good save. They were like, well, that wasn't in Slot's script. Salah probably forgot how to play because he has been told to play like how Slot wants for so long.
The only thing I'd say is, and this is the negative of what happened in the Wolves game, is Salah playing centrally. He needs to release the ball to Shobo so much quicker to get that final
100%.
goal.
If he plays them more, he's going to know.
Yeah, sure, but that, and this isn't on Salah. I've seen that from Liverpool players for the last 4 years. I don't know why we are delaying. It's an obvious pass, but it's obvious because there's so
5 times this year or whatever.
Gakpo's done it 5 times. Salah's done it multiple times. I know Jones has done it. I know Shobo's done it. There's the one against Arsenal.
They wait for the perfect moment, just fucking pass.
It's the one where Arsenal,
Declan
Rice is the one person who've got 4 people, and you just don't pass.
I think that was Gakpo.
You just don't pass fast enough.
Yeah.
And we'll go on to the Wolves game now because that's kind of my theme from it. I'll say the blasting statement of, I think that's the worst game we've played this season, or at least given the
this year I'll
surround them.
This year I'll take. I won't say season. We've been shocking this season in other games.
Yeah, we have. But I would say when we were shocking previously, it's almost the expectation. We've won 4 on the bounce. We look like we're getting results.
But you can't say that.
Well.
Like, people are saying this about Wolves. They just beat Villa and they drew with Arsenal. Like, it's not like horrendous. Like, it's not like, oh my god, they're bottom of the table.
Nope.
This is the start of the year kind of thing.
That's not my problem in the slightest. I'm on about Liverpool. When we've had worse performances, we've been in the doldrums. We've had so many injuries. We've been really, really struggling because of momentum. 4 on the bounce. We've got most of our injuries that are going to come back. What, Isak's the only one that's left to come back? Everyone else's season ending?
Yeah.
So this is kind of it. But
I wouldn't say we've had any momentum at all.
Oh, and Vert's, obviously. Obviously, Vert's. That was probably the least positive game I've seen. Okay, at least in 6 months. Since the end of
I would say 2026, yeah.
Fine.
But
it was all the reason I say 6 months is because I remember doing pods back in November or whenever, and we were critiquing about how every single time a player gets the ball, their first touch is negative sideways or backwards
100%.
to rotate the play. And you had literally Frimpong, fastest person on the pitch, and they did well to lock down wings yesterday. Wolves did really well, but when you have Frimpong, when you have Gyökeres, even Salah, and there's space in front of you, why are you not driving and just making the ball go up the pitch rather than accepting the pressure and going backwards? The amount of times Gravenberch the reason he got took off at half-time was because he got found out of position so many times because of passes backwards and bringing on pressure rather than going forward with the ball, if that makes sense. And it seemed like every single time we had a decision yesterday, it was always the negative option.
Yeah, but how much is that the players on Slot?
Yeah.
Or Slot? Well, this is my issue. They don't play like that without instruction. And people bashing players and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get it. They need to play better. But at the same time, this is Slot's team. This is Slot's instructions to control the ball.
Yep.
and go backwards.
I still go, and like for that sort of instruction, I still go, 70-30 probably?
What, slot 70?
Yeah, maybe 60, because we're not talking about, no offence, Wolves. We're not talking about, no offence, I don't know, pull a random name out the hat, Wrexham. We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about captains of international football. We're talking about world-class players. £100 million, none of them on the pitch.
Yeah, but if you go against Slot, he will just bench you. If you go against what he wants you to do, what's to say he won't bench you? Like, this is the whole point. Right? If you take a risk instead,
I feel like
and you lose the ball, and we concede.
Yeah, but
Kwanzaa, he subs at half time and he fucking sells him next year.
That's a really bad example. It's a really harsh example.
Because that's literally home against Ipswich, like the first 45 minutes.
First game of the season away against Ipswich.
45 minutes.
First game of the season. I don't think that's a fair example at all.
Slot.
There are other examples. Jones
doesn't
is the example
trust
that
many
works.
players, and this is the issue with him.
And that's fine as well. I take that.
I get so frustrated he doesn't give players enough chances to redeem themselves either.
I completely take that. I accept that. I don't think that that's what some of this is. That's why I think 30-40% of the blame still on the people that are
that's why I
world class. And
I agree with that.
Is he saying, unless if you're Verts, you don't get to make a positive thing? Because he's not. That's not the
Then explain why when Jones got into the starting lineup around December.
Because of his reaction.
Huh?
Jones had a reaction with him, so he got dropped.
No, I'm not even saying about that. I'm saying as soon as Jones gets into the starting lineup for 3 or 4 games, he starts going negative. Instead of being the driving force forward. This is what I'm saying.
That's all,
Slot wants control.
Obviously, that's all hearsay. The evidence
What do you mean hearsay?
As in, were you in the room when Slot said Jones be negative?
No, I'm saying...
It's all reading the room. It's trying to understand.
I'm not reading the room. I am literally saying...
No, that is what we're all doing.
No, I'm literally saying... I'm not reading... I'm literally watching him play football and he is more negative. I'm not saying that Slot is physically telling him to, but I'm saying the way he wants them to play and set up. He's not saying, I'll be negative. I'm not saying he's saying be negative.
I'm not saying you are. But you are saying that Slot is coaching them to play in that way.
100%.
Yeah. That
to control the ball.
For me, he's saying
in
the
his
words.
Head, control the ball.
Yeah. In my words, he is telling them to be negative. He's obviously not saying be negative. My thing is though, is he telling Verts to be the only one that's, in my words, be positive? Is Verts the only one that's allowed to take risks? Because I don't believe that. I think everyone has the same reign. I think there's a world where people might be fearful, but at the minute I don't think there is. Especially people like Shobo literally will not get dropped. Full stop. That's not happening. I don't know if he could deal with the headache of Salah at the minute.
Yeah, but
Ekitike's never getting rotated.
You can't really compare when like they have different roles in the team. Like to that, like with people like sitting deeper and stuff. Like Vert is in that free roam kind of role.
Who should have been in it yesterday from just what we saw?
Well, Shobo should, but he's too much of an 8 to do that.
But okay, and that's fine. But this is my issue with the whole entire thing: is someone as professional football players, international football players, they have the ability to just step up and do that. Any of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Any of them could have done that role. And if only one person's allowed to do the role, again, yeah, massive negative on the Slot. Completely agree. But what I saw yesterday was a team where literally not a single player's first thought, maybe other than Ekitike, because that's kind of all he does, was, I'm going to take this ball that way. I'm going to try and pass this ball that way.
The annoying thing with Ekitike is, and it's not his fault, he gets gassed.
Yeah.
Why aren't we changing it up then either? Like, why aren't you moving Salah into the midfield, like into the middle of the park and taking Ekitike off then if you're worried about him being gassed? Like, it's just so many little things. And one thing I said, I told you to remind me about a height, is if nothing's working, like, Chiesa had a good shot, don't get me wrong.
Ooh, we'll go on to Chiesa.
But why don't, instead of taking Konate off, just say, Konate, go fucking sit on last man? Why not just, if we're crossing in and trying to create chances, just put one of the centre-backs up top?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not completely against it.
Like, even if he heads it down to another player and stuff, he will do more than throwing a kitchen sink. Because when we throw a kitchen sink recently, well, when we've had to, it's like we've got too many attackers where they don't know what to do almost. Whereas if you just put a centre back up there that's going to win the headers.
Well, this is where I was actually going to go with it, interestingly enough, is I would almost think there's a world where it makes it a lot worse.
It's too crowded.
Yeah.
100%.
Like,
especially without Verts.
The analogy I'll use is how when you go down 10 men, sometimes you play better.
Yeah.
Just by motivation or by the fact that you're not almost stood on people's toes. There was a moment yesterday, and I literally was so enraged by it. Mac is asking Van Dijk from the ball, and he literally gets as close as I am to you right now. And Van Dijk obviously just goes and tries to play the ball, and I'm like, why? What is that? That can't be coached. It isn't go and walk up to Van Dijk and ask him to pass it to you this close. Yeah. What is that? Why are you doing that? And there was like such a lack of movement. I genuinely don't think, like I said, anyone had a good game, and we tried to rely on set pieces, and that completely fell off. Obviously, there was a moment that Jones should have scored. Gakpo took it off his chest.
Can we just say it should have been a handball as well?
Do you think?
If Macca's was given off, then yeah.
No, because I disagree with that.
How?
Because of the rule. This is what we said last time. Macca's was only a handball because it went in the goal directly. If Macca had done that, and it hit a player, hit someone else, and then went in, that's not a handball.
It wouldn't have been looked at, though.
It would have been a goal. It would have been looked at, and it would have been a goal. It's because the ball goes in. That's literally like a rule. It's if the ball is handball to goal, then it's they don't.
I still think it's a handball anyway. He moved his arm. He moved his body around.
It was a lot more borderline than they let.
Does he move his arm towards the ball? Technically, yes.
Technically, yeah. It's so tight to his arm, his side. He can't exactly chop off his arm at that point. He's moving his body. I can understand both ways. I'm not that angry it didn't get given. It would have been a spicy one to give.
Gakpo clearing off the line.
If it was given, I don't think it's overturned.
Yeah.
I don't think it's overturned because it's not given.
I just get annoyed by the fact that Macca's was given, not given.
Yeah, and like I
understand your ruling.
Yeah, I don't agree.
But
I don't agree with it in the slightest. We really struggled to play because of Vert. We struggled to convert corners. We had our opportunities.
Why was Gakpo tackling Jones by the way, off the line?
He obviously wasn't. Like obviously he.
No, but like, why are you like?
My thing is if Jones isn't screaming at him, because it doesn't look like he's in any replay. All Gakpo's thinking is someone's there. They're going to try and clear it. I need to get my toe on it. I think it's completely innocent.
Yeah.
And then the collision of the body with the foot and the angles.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say is, why is Jones not like rugby tackling that into the goal? Go in with your head.
Because he's trying not to handball it.
Yeah, I saw that. But like go in with your head. Dolphin dive. I don't care. Like the momentum he was running in was like quite placid. Rather than like, I'm going to bundle this in. This is going in. I don't care how, other than my arms, which is fine. Like, it almost left it open. And then you wanted to say something about Gyökeres, about the reaction to it coming off the bar.
Yeah, someone was quote tweeting saying that Gyökeres' reaction, like, you can tell, like, he's not fast mentally and all this kind of stuff, like, basically rinsing him. And I'm like, one, he probably didn't expect it to hit out of Gakpo's foot and in its trajectory it was. They compared it to Origi against Everton and how Cherki should have done better. Two, he isn't a striker, so his instinct isn't going to be like that anyway. But he's been one of our most consistent players this year so far, as in since 2026. And I don't get how you're complaining at a right back for that situation, left back for that situation.
No,
it really. I was just baffled.
It's one of those where, unless if you're Gyökeres, I don't think you understand what happens.
No, 100% not. And then you're like, shit, I best try and get that. And then,
for all he knows, he might think the ball's going in and he's
100%.
offside. He might think, I'm literally offside, I need to avoid this, not realising the situation.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that could happen. It doesn't say he needs to do better. Like, you need to do better, essentially. So their first goal cut through us easily. I think it was a misplaced pass again. Oh, no. Was this where... Trying to remember. I think this might have been where Maka gets kicked.
Yeah, and the second one, Šeško gets fouled. Šeško's was a foul, by the way. I will stand on that hill.
A foul and probably a second yellow and a red card, by the way.
It's a fucking joke. How isn't it given?
Correct. Agreed. Absolutely agree.
Like, it's fucking stupid. And then it's a deflection. Oh, is that the first one then?
That's the second one. So the first one is they cut through us. Their winger or striker holds up play really nicely, passes it off. Wait, their first one, that's it. Their first one. And this is where, I mean, no one had a good game. Every single player.
Was that first one where he's pushing the back? Or was that the second one?
That's what, on Van Dijk?
Yeah.
That's not a pushing the back for me. Van Dijk has to be so much stronger.
But I was asking a question.
Yeah, is that one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. So, yeah.
So, Van Dijk.
I'll just say that
you're basically
Kolomunani's
I knew
got
that was
given
coming.
off.
I don't care. I literally
No, but it got given off. Like,
I know,
how?
I get
This
it,
is what I'm
I get
saying.
it. I don't even want that.
I understand what you're saying, but
That's not like, for me, Van Dijk cannot even play that game at that point. You have to just
I don't get why they're both stood on the same person.
and that as well. Both of those things. But in that moment, Van Dijk, you have to clear it. This comes back to the goal where we conceded.
Sorry, I'm not criticising Van Dijk with his clearances this year, though.
No, that's fine. But I think you're allowed to. You're allowed to say there in that exact moment, he needs to be more aware of the fact that your two last men both stood on the same player. You just need to deal with it and not try and play the ref. Konate shouldn't be stood there.
I don't know what's being said either.
That's not being coached. And then
I didn't say that.
what do you mean being said?
Between Konate and Verge, you don't know what communication they are saying.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it goes through, and rather than dealing with it again, it's risky. But rather than trying to stick a leg out, Konate just leans,
Yeah, I don't
thinking
get that.
the angle is too tight. He won't beat Ali, and I'll put him off.
Just try and block it.
Put your foot in.
Yeah,
put it out for a
100%.
corner. Deal with it. So that's
100%.
Van Dijk not dealing with it. Konate not dealing with it. Both trying to be clever. For me, Ali, I don't really want to criticise Ali, but could do better. It's such a tight angle. If he stands up, he probably catches it. But at the same time, I feel harsh judging him for that because he doesn't know what's going to happen with Ibu. It's a very clever finish as well. You can give them credit for that. And that's one thing I'll say about the whole Wolves game
finish.
is whilst I'm saying we are so poor and it's one of my most disappointing games of the season, Wolves were excellent.
No, they weren't.
I think they were.
No, they weren't excellent.
They set up to play and do
But they
exactly
weren't
what
excellent.
they wanted to do.
Like, they weren't.
No?
No.
Okay. And then
We were just poor.
the second goal, is the one where we lose possession again wrongly, like just through mistakes and sloppiness. Rio, you need to be following, and it's a lesson, and it's a learning point. He is literally so close to that man, and he just walks and jogs and just doesn't try to block it. Deflection goes in. Unfortunate deflection, but there are so many opportunities before that gets there where people just stop trying. Rio's one of them, Chiesa's one of them, and by that point half the team's gassed because we've been legged around for ages.
To be fair, in that moment it was end to end.
Yeah.
And it should have been given a foul anyway. That's
and I do agree with that. And again, I do agree with that. My issue is you still have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
On both of them. Because it's a foul, and like I say, it's probably a red card.
Rice goes down though, it's a foul.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
This is the issue right
This is it.
This year.
Yeah, absolutely fine. It still comes back to you need to just assume you're not going to get anything if you're Liverpool against Wolves at this point. Because we didn't the whole entire game. There were so many fouls that weren't given as fouls up to that point.
How dare you
We're
one
under
Ekitike where he shoved them off once, tried to carry on and he housed them again.
Well, the one where he basically rugby tackles him down. Yeah, horrific. This is just, 2 and 3 games where
it'd be very interesting to see if he had let go at any point but then carried on again to try and take him down, if it would have been 2 yellows.
He did. He stopped and then carried on again.
Is that technically 2 yellows?
Oh. I never understand.
You would play advantage on the first one.
I never understand.
And then to foul him again, that's 2 counter-attacks.
I don't think they'd ever do it. The only time I've ever seen it is Martinelli. But that is 2 distinct different things.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's the issue, yeah.
And time wasting and then a foul. Like, that's just
that
so
was mental.
Whereas I would feel harsh. But the Andre one, 1000% is a red card. And therefore he shouldn't score the deflection. And that's it.
Wait, which one?
Andre's the one that kicks Šeško.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
that's a yellow because he kicks through him.
Yeah.
Doesn't try the ball. He is literally dirtily kicking through
Yeah.
him. That should be a second yellow. Done. And he doesn't score. And we probably score. It's a different conversation.
And also,
we didn't deserve anything from the game, full stop.
No.
But
I'll bring up the fact that it's another player that hasn't scored in 60 games.
Again. And
it's like the 11th or 12th player this year that has scored, never scores in like 2-3 years and just scores this year against us to win the game.
That. And then I'll say my stat, which is that was the 5th time we've lost in stoppage time.
Yeah.
If you add 5 points onto our point tally at the minute, we're in 3rd. Just the last minute things where you need to hold on, you need to show focus. And like I say, this feels very much like November, which I thought we were past.
I didn't think
I thought we were past enough. Enough.
I just don't think it's. I haven't been convinced still. Like, no game I've been like, we're back.
Well,
As in,
Brighton.
like,
Brighton
we played well.
Yeah.
But I wasn't convinced it was going to stay. It's just something different about
Weirdly,
this team.
I was. Brighton, I was. Obviously, quickly, Forest came after that and proved we're not.
No.
Brighton, I genuinely saw enough there where I'm like, you can see the game plan. You can see how people are meant to play together. But is it a case of, okay, we had a run of 5 fixtures which gave everyone confidence against teams that play, and we prove when you play football we can play.
Yeah.
We get lucky against Forest because of a set piece. We get lucky against West Ham because we convert all of our set pieces. And then we lose to Wolves, 3 very defensive teams. So it kind of proves a false fallacy of you've fixed it, when in reality you've just played it. So that's my final question to you. How do you react to this against Wolves now? Actually, I want to say my point as well. I wanted to throw hands the second I saw Chiesa walking around.
Yeah.
Like, you're the fresh player. And don't get me wrong, I don't even blame him because of the way he's been treated. But
another point for just keeping Konate on and chucking Konate or Gomez up top.
fair. Although the one thing I'll say about Ibu is he was injured before. He was a doubt for the game anyway.
Oh, okay.
So he shouldn't have played, so that's probably actually just rest. He probably sees it out. But the Chiesa one is unforgivable. You're literally the fresh player. Do not just mope around. I understand why, but don't do it. And then Rio is my other one where you can see he's trying. But there's one moment where he's trying on like 20 yards from our goal.
I still don't think he should start though. Like, people scream, even Gerrard now screaming for him to start. And I think
1000%.
I don't think people understand he will be gassed by the halftime. 30 minutes every game he needs to have.
1000%.
That's what
agree
needs
with
to
you.
happen.
Disagree with everyone else.
He doesn't get ran into the ground. But like, this is the thing. So Slot's not giving him enough.
Correct.
But he shouldn't be starting because he'll be gassed.
Correct.
Risk of injury, risk of development. There'll be too much pressure. He'll get the criticism. And out of all the players in that squad right now, we know they're online.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everyone, he's the youngest. He's going to be online more than anyone because it's just society at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important we protect him mentally, physically, and everything. So I think it needs to be 30 minutes. He wouldn't last 60. I don't think he'd last 60 playing well.
He was gassed the way we played the game yesterday.
Yeah.
What I'd ask for example, yesterday is he comes on.
He's class, by the way. I'm saying he's absolutely class.
I have zero doubts he's class.
Like,
and completely
I just don't want to ruin him. Like, in my opinion, Saka within 2-3 years, his legs won't work.
Yeah.
I think that's the equivalent. And I think there was I replied to someone because he was doing an analysis on all the Liverpool players that have played like more games than Rio at this age or something. And I replied to him, and I didn't get a reply back. And I don't know if he's finished it. I don't know if he's coming up with it. And I was like, I would like to see how many injuries each of those players had later in the year, or if their physical attributes dropped off. Because the top one was Owen.
No, it's proof. Yeah.
Fowler. He was injured.
He had a long career, but he got injured.
Yeah, and then there was like a couple like Flanagan and stuff like that. Gerrard was a couple above Rio. Obviously, Gerrard was all right.
Sterling was all right. But like, they were lower down. But Owen is the clear as day one, right at the top of the list, and his career was fucked because of injuries. Yeah. Yeah. So how do we fix it for the next game? Is my actual question there. Because we got them coming up on Friday. We don't need to do a full preview. I'm not asking you for that. Just
when's our next game? Next Wednesday.
What would you do?
Are we playing next Wednesday?
Yeah, against Galatasaray.
Yeah,
might be Tuesday. But yeah, it's next week, midweek. Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I don't know, to be honest.
They're going to play the same. This is their most important game for the rest of the year until they get their next FA Cup game for me. There's a world where we have to win it as well. I think Slot has to win every single thing he can try and win at the minute, else he's probably gone. There's a world where if we don't qualify for Champions League and we don't win anything, he's definitely gone. Because I think the clamour for him going anyway will be bad, regardless of what happens this season. If nothing happens and we've wasted all of this talent, there'll be more.
I get so frustrated with my point of view, not my own point of view, because I get so frustrated with the way we play, and I blame Slot a lot. But at the same time, he has been unlucky with the hand he's been dealt.
1000%. But I don't fully blame him.
No.
The 5 stoppage time winners.
Yeah. Injuries.
There's
Jota.
There's decisions he should make mid-game that make it better. Yeah, but 100%. He doesn't. Fine. We still should have. Again, I'm talking about Liverpool here. you have the quality of player there. They should all see out every single game, 90 plus 5 minutes. But these have been mentality monsters for years.
I would say we're missing like a Wharton in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
That is a big hole, I think.
You might get even more out of Grav if we have a Wharton.
Oh, 100%. So this is what I think I said to someone. Someone, again, said something about Grav isn't a starting 6. And I said, it depends on who you are against. If you are pressed and it's an attacking game, he is your starting 6 because he will turn every single player and create the space if there's space to drive into. When we're against a low block, he's not your starting 6 because there's no one to turn. Like, there's no space to do on the turn, which is what he was so good at last year when everyone pressed us and came out.
Yep.
But as soon as it's low block, it's just in front of him. So it's not like he has the turn of pace to go and create that space or the pass, all that kind of thing. And that's where you need a Wharton. If it's low box, you just have a Wharton so that they can't counter and you just ping a pass around.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference.
For the FA Cup game, so not a match preview, but what I would want to see, genuinely, I don't know. I don't think I'd give Mamardashvili a run out. I think Ali still keeps his place because we need to win. There's a world where you bring Mamardashvili in, but I'm not bothered either way. I go Gomez, Kanate, Virgil, Robbo, my starting. I then go Jones, Nyonyi,
Is Galatasaray away?
Yeah.
I would go Gyökeres starting.
What, you bringing Robbo into Galatasaray?
If it's away at Galatasaray, Robbo better than Gyökeres.
Fair.
For your head.
For me, Robbo and Gyökeres, interchangeable.
That's probably our most confident position at the moment,
in
my opinion.
Other than centre back, because we have no choice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Yeah. Like right back could be if we have Bradley and Frimpong. They're both class players in my opinion, but it's just
I'm still playing
they're solid.
Gomez. I don't understand why he didn't start there. And then I would like to do something different where you bring in Jones, Nyonyi, Shobo as your midfield 3 because I think you still need the legs of Shobo.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
I would like to see something along the lines of a right wing for Frimpong, a forward in Salah, and a left wing, and you don't play the target man game. You play the winger pacey.
Salah be Firmino.
Yeah,
Salah's played with Firmino for so long that he knows how to play one.
And then, or alternatively, that's probably what I'd want to do. And then you might give Rio or Gakpo, whoever you want, on the left wing, and just try it. Cause
I would love to see Salah up top.
I don't know if you saw, it didn't work last night. So you can't do the same thing.
It even happened with Mane, though.
Maka and Gravo dead as well.
Mane's last year, we played Mane up top, and he was banging them in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diaz went up top, and it was last season for us, and he was playing better.
They're both...
Like, this is what wingers can do it.
Yeah, they still both had the pace, is the only thing I would say.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean Salah doesn't have a completely different tool set, which is going to unlock
his vision and passing is completely
and
different.
His hold-up play.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's the one critique of Ekitike. Because he's so forward-thinking...
Yeah, he doesn't hold it up as much.
He can't hold the ball up for everyone around him. And that is a negative. A positive because of how much he creates, but a negative because by the time he gets there, half the time he's the only one there. So yeah, it unlocks such a different game. And then the reason I want the players I want there is like Nyonyi. I just think he'll have something to prove. He'll have energy. And I think he'll be able to hold the ball.
The hunger, yeah.
Jones, able to hold the ball. Energy.
Would you start Nalo at the back?
No. Because he will get a red card. We basically almost got a red card in Gravenberch. And then Shobo. When I say everyone had a horrendous game, everyone had moments of a great game at the same time.
Yeah.
We need to unlock everyone's great game and give people the rest they need. So Ekitike needs a rest. Grav needs a rest. Maka, I'm only saying needs a rest because I think he's been incredible for a little while now. That probably did him in, and I want him in the Lions' Den against Galatasaray fully fit. So I want to give youngsters a chance at the same time as giving us our best chance. And I just think something like that is so fresh and so different, yet you can just see Salah replicating what Verts does. Yeah, Shobo can be Verts' pressing, and then Gakpo can be Gakpo, and Frimpong can be your bursting right winger that you actually are like craving for in what you're asking Salah to do, essentially. And then your back line gives you full defensive solidity. Thoughts?
I agree.
Nice. You hear that, Slot? Do that. Do that right now. Score update. Chelsea are winning 2-1 against Aston Villa. João Pedro with a brace. It's now half-time. Arsenal are winning 1-0. Bukayo Saka with the goal.
Wonder if it was a corner or not.
Man City winning 1-0 against Forest. Semenyo with the goal. Newcastle United is currently goalless. Only just started that one though. Which brings us on to, that's actually a really long segment, 45 minutes for that one. Do you want to play my...
2 games.
That was 2 games. We'll quickly run through the rules because it won't take too long. So, recently announced rules that are going to be coming into play next season, I think, for the World Cup. The ones I've got written down here, there might be more. I think there are different powers for refs as well, which don't know the detail, but this specifically affects gameplay and players. So, 5-second throw-ins and goal kicks if you take longer possession switches.
Yeah, I don't think that's for World Cup, is it? I thought that was for like 2 years' time. Or next year or something.
Maybe. From what I found. We'll assume now, doesn't matter when.
Yeah.
So, thoughts? 5 second.
I think 5 seconds, I get it, but at the same time, it is very short.
Like, very short. And
I don't agree. It depends.
Strict.
Like, goal kick, when the ball's placed, I think it needs to be. Because it's a bit hard.
Yeah. No, I agree with the premise of what you're saying.
Imagine if
I think
got
people
5
just
seconds,
take ages to put it down.
As soon as it gets out of the play, you got 5 seconds to go find the ball and put it down. Like,
completely agree with you.
That's the hard thing to do, isn't it?
And I think this is where it should be judgment, because it is so obvious
just stop
when a player is... Yeah, maybe. But it's so obvious.
How hard is it to stop the watch when it's gone out of play for like a goal kick?
Yeah. They are also trying to make sure that, and this is where we'll get onto in a minute, you have natural breaks in the game, because you do need it. Players shouldn't play for 90 minutes. They probably should play for 75, 70, because else everyone's ACLs are done by November, basically.
Or you play less games.
Or you play video games. Fine.
Which is the only reason United.
We agree with the premise. I think the threat of switching play based on time wasting, but 5 seconds is too quick. And if they're going to do it strict, I think it ruins the game again. It'll make it exciting. It'll make it entertaining to an extent, but also you need a bit of flexibility.
I understand throw-ins more.
Yeah.
I think goal kicks need to be 10 seconds. If you say it from the moment it goes out, I reckon give goal kicks 10 seconds. Throw-ins can be 5, because that's like not side of the pitch. Like, shouldn't be going far. Goal kicks can be fired up there. Ball boys could be like not reacting to you. Like, I think goal kicks is worse than throw-ins.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Need longer, you mean?
Yeah.
I agree. 10 second sub rule exit. So when you've been subbed, you have 10 seconds to get off the pitch.
Yeah, I get it.
10 seconds.
If you are gassed in the middle of the pitch, I am not running off.
Again.
If it was me, I'm not running off.
With each of these that I'm reading, they're getting the gist, which I agree with.
Yeah.
Because the whole objective is we don't want time wasting because everyone pisses off, and it causes things like Bradley getting thrown around while he's injured because no one knows whether you're time wasting or not.
Yeah.
And it allows the game to flow more and stops teams that are intentionally trying to play 50-minute games rather than 65-minute games.
So, like I said with stopping the watch, stop the watch on important ones like subs. And then you can have a minute to get a player off if you need, or 30 seconds, and it doesn't matter. So subs should be stopwatch. Maybe, well, not throw-ins. I think throw-ins should be quick enough anyway, even though people would probably try and waste time on them. But if you implement that rule, the 5 and say 10 for goal kicks, but then for like goals scored, subs, all those kind of things, like VAR and all that, just stop the watch. And then it's like a mix.
I completely agree. And I think, especially VAR, for example, is last week, and I think you tweeted it as well, you said, why can't we have Hawkeye? Like, obviously, logistically...
I get it, why.
Logistically, I challenged... Logistically, I challenged the specific application that you said.
Yeah.
Not the general gist of it.
Yeah.
Like, semi-automated offsides are fine enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't need Hawkeye to tell me if they're offside or not. I need Hawkeye to tell me a different angle of a potential challenge or a handball 100%. Or something like that. Completely agree with that. The other side of it for me is... Where was I going with that? Oh, so you said Hawkeye from tennis. You could use rugby. They stop the clock for certain things. Not everything.
Yeah.
The clock will run. For certain things, that clock is stopped because of
injury,
kicking the ball, or certain things. Yeah, injury might be one. If they can do it in rugby, you can do it in football. If
100%.
they can do Hawkeye in tennis, you can do it in football.
100%.
There's cricket ones where they simulate if the person's going to be LBW.
Yeah.
You can do that for the flight of a ball. Is it going to go in? If it's a handball,
100%.
yes, it is. Red card, that's going to go in the goal.
Yeah.
There's applications throughout every other sport, and there is a world where this gets too much technology, But I think the more of these rules you bring in, you're trying to like make the game flow. A lot of human error with refs.
That is something like, so everyone's complaining about VAR. Everyone complains about it all the time, kicks up a fuss. As soon as we don't have it at all in the FA Cup, everyone hates it, not having it. Everyone's bringing back VAR.
Correct.
How the fuck that's shit? That should be onside. That should be offside or whatever.
That handball was inside the penalty area.
Yeah, literally. But we don't have VAR, so you don't know. So I think we've gone past the point where we can't now go back to no VAR.
Yeah.
Because people will just look back like, we want to go with our own technology because of the whole Lampard thing in the World Cup. We got that. Semi-automatic offsides is where it needs to be at. Like, offsides need to be at a point where there is no human error involved.
Yeah.
Where humans are not in control of it, because it needs to just be yes or no. No judgment call. It needs to be yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally has to be factual. Whereas for me, there is still human error involved with like drawing lines. Even semi-auto, I don't know how that messes up. Like, I think the way that Champions League have it is a lot better.
Don't know the nuance.
But I read that we still draw lines as well.
Oh, okay.
And it's like to do with like both.
Maybe
it's
we
a mix
don't
of
have
both.
the whole technology sort of thing. The next one we'll just go on to quickly is VAR. So it can be expanded for corners, saying if it is a corner or not, and then second yellows rather than just reds.
But then how do you do? I don't understand that when important calls are not given because it's not a clear and obvious error. It should, like, if you're coming down to the fact of giving corners and not corners, then you should be getting involved with a serious incident. But if it's not clear and obvious, you're not getting involved. You just need to get involved and say what it is. Stop with it. Like, studs up, challenge. You need to say that. You need to not say like, oh, it's yellow card too, or whatever, like whatever situation. Obviously, watching is easy to bring up the situations off the top of your head, but sometimes I'm just like, how has VAR not got involved? And it's like, oh, because it's not clear and obvious.
I think this is always and it's always the problem with everything you have, and it is the sympathy I have for all of these people, is that we'll use the second yellow, because again, I agree with it. I agree with they'll use VAR to tell you that should have been a second yellow.
Oh, okay. No, I agree with that 100%.
Exactly. Who makes that decision? The ref is the one in the game, feeling the play, feeling whether they should dictate the game because it is or isn't a subjective second yellow. It's only when it's, dude, that's such a clear second yellow, you need to check that. And then that's the line. Where's the line?
Yeah, so there's another line there. But also on the other hand, if VAR think, or if a player should have been booked on their first yellow, but didn't get booked, but then later on they get a yellow for that as their first booking, then they should have been sent off again. But
so then are you VAR in every yellow? No,
yeah,
you're doing the second yellow.
Yeah. So you're only doing second yellow.
The Joel Linton effect.
Should have had two.
The Joel Linton effect.
Yeah.
Literally, we say if he gets booked within the first 8 minutes, he shuts off for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get booked, he can play until the 80th minute until it gets a yellow card. So I agree again with the premise. The application's impossible, and it still leaves the human error to someone else somewhere.
This is why I think personally officiating has gone down in the country.
Agreed.
I think the refs now on the pitch, sometimes they want to make it about themselves, but most of the time they just haven't got the fucking balls to make a decision.
I don't think the Wolves guy had the nuts.
I literally don't think they've got the balls to make the decision and be like, look, if I get it wrong, like just be confident in your decision.
Again, rugby.
Say what you want, like whatever.
Respect the ref.
But now they've got VAR behind them. They're just like, oh, if it is a foul, like if it is a penalty, VAR will change it for me. No, just fucking give it if you think it's going to be given. Like.
Completely. It's a completely different sport. But again, the whole football have a massive campaign for respecting the ref, when I don't think the refs respect players back.
Oh, no chance.
Or teams or managers. And then...
Well, I know fucking Andy Robertson, nothing came of it.
Exactly. And then... So you got that. And then you've also got the fact of they don't have the confidence and the consistency to stick by their own decisions. We've still not seen a ref go to the screen on a subjective, not clear and obvious, and back his own decision.
Yeah.
We've still not had that. I think that maybe happened once since VAR.
I think it was once, and I think it was the ref's first game in this country. I think it happened earlier this year.
Oh, no, that was in the Champions League, and we said, why can't we have that guy?
Yeah.
It was either in Champions League or in a couple of games, something like that.
It was his first game.
Yeah.
And he literally went over, like, no, I've done the right
Yeah,
decision.
that was Champions League. Yeah, he was like, oh, because he said, yeah, it was definitely Champions League because he said on the call, they had the mic from the ref cam, and he said, don't waste my time with those again. To be like, that's not a foul. Get a grip. Play the game. Completely respect that. The issue with all of these, they're all to increase the flow and the speed, and I've already mentioned that gap, the break thing.
Yeah.
Players need natural breaks. Will this increase the tempo too much? Like causing sort of your fitness issues even more that we're already saying they're playing too much. If you then play the same amount of games and increase the amount you play by 10%, 15%, that's almost like adding another 6 games to the calendar by just length of playing. Do you get the gist of it?
I get what you're saying, yeah. I think it's a hard line to cross when it's got worse and worse, though, like the last couple of years, whereas... Did you see... So the example... Well, this has gone a little tangent on style of play. Did you see the example of corners when Liverpool played City, like Klopp versus Pep?
No.
There's no one touching each other, basically. No shoving and stuff. And then you go look at any Prem game this year, it's just everyone in the 6-yard box, like, manhandling each other.
Yeah, it's not football.
It's not football.
Completely
at
agree.
all.
I don't know when this tipped, but it's not football.
Literally last 2 years.
Yeah.
It is 100% gone the last 2 years.
And
that's
you
because
just
of
need to
Arteta and
penalise it.
Newcastle.
I know you can't...
Arsenal and Newcastle have caused this, in my opinion.
The tip to penalise it, I get, is already gone. Like, which one of the 7 that are grabbing each other do you penalise?
I say, my personal opinion, is just draw a 2-yard semicircle, like literally a small one, when no player can go in but the keeper. That's all it is. It's a fight for who's blocking the keeper. Just have a 2 fucking as before the corner's taken.
Hold that thought. Just hold that thought a minute, because that's really interesting. I want to go on to it. The other thing that the positive, so the negative is the fitness and the increase in time and gameplay. Positive is, will it make games more exciting? Increase the flow, increase the chaos, reduce the amount of frustration almost.
So what I would suggest then...
Don't come up with a new rule, because that is literally why I said hold on to your other thought. But carry on.
I'm not coming up with a new rule. I'm going to come up with, like, if we're saying about the more play, then introduce bigger squads and allow more subs.
Which they have done. You can have 8 subs, I think.
No, but if we're on about what, is that what's coming onto the rule? Is it?
I think so, yeah.
So that literally solves, you can nearly replace the whole team.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that is a rule coming up. Maybe 8's excessive, but the numbers increased
So
again.
that means,
and I think the
3
squad
players,
numbers
so
increased
the
again.
keeper, 2 outfield players play full 90, everyone else can be subbed.
Yeah.
And you just rotate the other 2 outfield players every game.
Caveat, which we don't want to go on to another tangent, but I'm going to do it anyway. Does that give even more power to City, Arsenal? The ones that have spent years spending too much and have massive squad depth. People would say Liverpool spent too much. We don't have squad depth. We have expensive players.
We replaced players, we didn't add.
Correct.
Everyone else has bought players to add.
Correct.
We bought players to replace, and that's the difference. That's why
and
spend comes into it.
We were at a net loss of a number of players.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the likes of Arsenal, I will stand by it. They probably have one of the strongest full 20-man squads I've seen in many years. Just man for man.
For the style of play they play, yes, but I just don't like them. I can't get behind the style of football.
Fair, that's fine.
And I think if you go and play, if that team tries to play any other type of football, they're not that good.
I think they can. I think they could be coached. Like, the reason is you're not playing 3 holding midfield players. You'll play one of them, and you'll play Odegaard and Eze, and then all of a sudden, the squad's the same, the play's different. And I do agree with you that...
No, the squad's different.
What? Oh, you mean 11?
No. So you're saying... But then you've got 3 CDMs that they're playing with. You immediately change that to 1 CDM and 2 attacking mids. But they haven't got the rotation for the attacking mids because they haven't got enough.
Yeah, you probably...
So the squad value in a gegenpressing isn't as strong as what it would be.
Yeah, I get that. I do get it. I do get it.
If you know what I mean.
I think the only position that applies to, I think, is midfield, where you maybe trade one of their current 3 CDMs for one more attacking CDM. And then there is a world where you can just say that's Declan Rice.
Are there attackers that pressy? If you're playing, say, Pep or whatever, or Liverpool gegenpressing, like
maybe not.
They're not as pressing, so this is what I'm saying.
But again, they probably could be coached.
Well, so for their style of play, yes, they've got one of Berg's squads.
Yeah, fine. Anyway, back to first thing we'll talk about is the Wenger rule, which isn't part of this, but the Canadian one, which I touched upon at the start. So this is where a player will only be offside if they are completely ahead of the opposition player rather than alongside.
Yeah. So basically, their whole body's over the line.
The goal is to remove the
toenail, but I don't.
No, remove. There's two things. So remove the sort of advantage to the defender and allow more attacking play. Allow people to be on the front foot. And the second one is remove the toenail. So,
but just remove the other side.
Exactly. The fact that people don't understand that line has to be somewhere.
It's going to be drawn on the other side. Instead of their front toenail, it's going to be their back toenail that's trailing.
Yeah, exactly. The line will still be somewhere. I don't mind that if you introduce a, 20 centimetre allowance. You can overlap by about 20 centimetres within that gap. Because then the line is subjective. And it's more open. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think.
Blur the line and allow it.
Because I just don't see it working. I just see every team playing deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is, does it make a team play deeper?
100%.
Or does that open up a game more? Because you spread out the team. They have to attack and defend at the same time. You have people that are playing a low line because they can't play a high line to press as we do currently. But at the same time, you can't have 11 people in your own half. You still have to attack. So it will open up a game more because it's not as congested.
It'll be exactly the same as Wolves. Like any team that sits, it's going to be exactly the same as that. More teams will just sit low block.
But both teams can't do that, that's what I'm saying. So what happens then? I think it will, like, for right or for wrong,
it will literally be exactly the same.
You think?
So the Wolves game, for example, it will be exactly the same as that. Nothing will change.
Well, Liverpool will still be on the halfway line.
100%.
Okay, fine.
Because we will back that. We'll mark it and get back. If not,
fine.
Maybe sit a bit deeper, but I just don't see. We will still want to control the game. I don't think we're gonna chuck Verge like halfway back into our. Like you can't move further than that because of the offside rule. I think that would be very hard to do. I just think more teams will adapt to sitting. I'm
going to save my game for my hot takes game for next week because it's been a slightly longer pod.
I have one. I've been interested by this.
Maybe. I'll tease you with that. Maybe. Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give you one that I'm not intentionally not including on the list, and it's going to be a really boring one for you, but it'll give you a taster. My actual part of the segment that I did want to get onto is, which you've already said, what would 2 improvements be that you would suggest in this area? So, things like VAR tweaks, giving time limits to other things, or maybe just complete rules that you can come up with.
100%. So I think they need to be stricter on a keeper holding the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be swapped to a corner. Like, because they get booked, don't they?
No, it's a corner now. 8 seconds is a corner.
But it's not strict at all, is it?
No,
like, it's
not
rarely given.
Not at all.
Like, as soon as that keeper starts holding that ball, even if they catch it and go onto the floor, it needs to start then.
Yeah.
The countdown needs to be strict and starting then because the keepers will just lie on the floor.
Yeah.
Until they're up, and then
8 seconds.
That needs to be strict. I think that will change, and then I just think Hawkeye in some way. I know there was a rumor of them trying to bring in a challenge system on fouls, but then in my opinion, why I get it, but I don't, because why isn't VAR doing the right decision on that foul unless they're on about like a small foul that should be a yellow, which then I'd understand. But what you get apparently it's like any challenge system, you get one. I think you keep it if it's right, and you lose 2 if it's wrong or something.
At all. One of mine, and it is based on something at the weekend, is... Oh, well, actually, I want you to elaborate on your little semi-circle idea first.
Well, quickly, so on that goal, if we challenge the tackle on Shobo, goal gets ruled out.
Potentially a second red card, but the other second yellow.
If we're just like, we'll challenge that because we think that's a yellow card and a foul, it goes to VAR, and they're like, oh, shit, it is. So no goal. Oh, shit, it's a yellow card. Oh, shit, it's a red card. Oh, shit, they're down to 10 men for the last 5 minutes.
It goes the other way, and the challenge works. Yeah, no, I agree. I like it. The only issue I could see with it is delay, but because you only have one, like it should be done.
You should say 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
I think that's right.
Actually, do your semicircle one because I like that. I want you to elaborate.
I don't know, obviously distances, but I think I've seen the idea on Twitter, and like literally draw a semicircle from like obviously where the keeper's line is, the edge of the at the goal.
Yeah.
And just draw like a small semicircle there.
Up to the 6-yard box?
I don't think up to. I think
3 yards
within it,
maybe?
so say like 3,
3
4
4
yards of a semicircle, and no other player other than the keeper's allowed in there.
Not even defensive. Like, literally no one.
Literally not even defensive, no. No one. And if, say, first time it happens, take it again if someone goes in there.
Yeah.
Next time it's overturned for whoever it is.
Yeah. What happens if it's always the defensive one?
Yeah.
This is a good question. This is what I'm asking. Penalty? Indirect free kick?
Yeah, I was going to say indirect free kick from...
Yeah. Don't know.
Penalties.
Well, this is the whole point of figuring it out.
Yeah. But it just stops people going into that box, manhandling each other in there, but then it won't get rid of the fact that then people start pushing each other into the box.
And that's even worse.
Into the semicircle.
Yeah, that's even worse.
So maybe not punish people for going in there, but like standing and winning the ball in there or something. You can't head the ball inside that bit. You can't go for the ball.
I think...
I don't know.
We play a contact game. We play a contact sport. I don't think you should be able to hold on to another player in a corner, literally in the slightest.
Declan Rice. That.
The one where he's literally holding. Like
and then he handballs it straight after.
Yeah, that one.
And it's not given.
Yeah, horrific. Absolutely horrific. But that for me is like, it's a contact sport, but that's for like challenges and jostling and shoulder 100%. To shoulder and
slide tackle, contact sport.
Yeah,
but like as in like a proper slide tackle
but
where you get the ball.
You're using your arms
to hold
and
someone.
There's a world where, and it's again just pulling all the different sports together. In American football, you're allowed to block. You're allowed to open palm, block like that.
100%.
You're not allowed to grab.
No.
And the second to grab is a flag.
Yeah.
For me, no grappling, literally at all. You're pulling a shirt, overturn. You're penalised. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And just don't do it.
They should do sin bins.
Don't do it. Sin bins, fine.
Sin bins would work in some way
because it opens up the game. It's a
you get one
punishment
warning
without a full punishment.
So if it's like a grappling one, you say one warning. Next time you're grappled, 5 minutes out.
Yeah.
Like.
So I've got another one which I will come back to, which I don't mind. But so that one, grappling, done. Like, get it out of the game. I don't want to see it.
It's disgusting. I hate it.
I don't want to see it at all.
And I know our players can do it at times as well. But like, it's so frustrating. For me, I get pissed off when I see it. I'm like, why risk a player going down? And I'm like, oh wait, refs don't care anymore.
One of the titles I was going to consider for this pod episode was if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah,
that was until we lost to Wolves and we didn't join them. But we're just as bad now, and I'll concede that. Well, maybe not just as bad as the Chelsea Arsenal game because that was literally horrific, and both ways. It's not just bad, Arsenal.
Yeah. But Arsenal were worse.
But Arsenal worse. But like, it was horrific. If you can eradicate that, corners become exciting again.
Simulation as well.
My other one, which is simulation based, because I think it's so controversial to say
someone dived.
But you should be booking. If you think someone dived, you should book it.
Yeah.
Full stop. And if there's contact, VAR should say that's not a yellow. And this is where I want, because they already communicate. This is the mad thing. They already communicate. I'll use Harry Maguire as my example.
Oh my God.
All it takes, and it takes 5 seconds, the person watching the game as we are,
Harry
watching
Maguire's
that replay,
head, it didn't even touch his head.
nowhere near, he's playing you.
Yeah.
Ref goes over, caution Harry Maguire, they've got it on telly, he didn't get anywhere near you, you're trying to play me, warning.
100%.
Don't do it again, yellow card next
100%.
time. Like, it's such an instant
shit.
You can't
I
fuck
can't
around.
do that. Yeah.
And it's a caution first. I don't want a yellow card straight away, but making sure players, when they start simulating, to be like, I can tell you're trying to play me.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because literally, he's like, that's twice. So immediately, and it happened with Gravenberch. He made like 3 or 4 fouls, completely fair. He got a yellow. 2 of them, 2 extra of them, maybe he made 6 fouls.
One of them, like,
nowhere near the player.
Literally.
Nowhere near the player. And they go down, he gets a yellow. I think it happened in Chelsea. Who did they play against last weekend? It was controversial. Who they lost to?
Oh my God.
It was Timber. Oh, that was it. Hato got booked for Timber. 0 contact.
Yeah.
Nowhere near it. And he gets booked for it.
Yeah.
And that's attacking free kick for Arsenal against Chelsea. And I'm like, you've changed the state of the game at that point.
Was Cunha's a pen for you?
Well, yeah. As in, because it was the same as Salah.
You think it was a pen?
Because of Salah's one.
But we didn't get it.
Start before. No. That was
exactly.
Bad. Yeah, that was bad. Both start before the penalty area. Both continue into the penalty area. If you're giving one as a penalty, the other one is.
If anything,
and we wanted a penalty
less
for
on
Salah,
Cunha because it's just a hand on the shoulder.
Yeah, it was soft. Don't get
Contract's
me wrong. It's fine. Yeah, but if we won and Salah won, that one has to be it.
Depends which Salah one you're on about.
The silver one.
Yeah. Well, Silver's was dragged back though.
Yeah, he tells the ref he got dragged back. It's soft. I'm not saying it's not. It's just if you're.
But that's the difference between Salah getting things. And
oh yeah, absolutely,
else.
completely agree. Completely agree with that as well.
I don't understand this narrative. Well, why do they not give Salah things when they know how strong he is?
Nottingham Forest scored.
He doesn't go down.
Oh, and City just scored. How mad? Yeah, it's
Still
mad.
scored.
How he claims he's got he gets given free fouls. He literally rarely ever gets a foul.
Everyone's like, oh, he's diving for another pen. I'm like,
Literally, I don't think.
I think that was the first pen he's won in like 2 years. I think.
Literally, you can say it about Suarez. Completely fair, but not.
Yeah, I admit when people dive, like
not
Maka
not-
dives.
Maka dived and we conceded a goal.
Yeah. Salah doesn't dive.
No, he doesn't. Anyway, so yeah, that was my one. Is the simulation one to stop Harry
I agree with
Maguire's
simulations. They are
playing the ref essentially.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, I don't know why he's not in his ear,
100%.
just to like.
He's been
help,
a dickhead
just,
to you.
just to help. Well, literally to be
he's
like,
playing
yeah,
you, mate.
got that one right, mate. All cautious on that one. They're playing you a bit. Oh, yeah, fine. Or don't say anything if it's.
Ref looks at him. Oh, he's English. That's fine.
But like, I think they almost need the confidence boosting now. You almost need to be like, yep, correct, yep, correct, yep, correct. Oh, by the way, that one was a goal kick. Like, no, don't overturn it.
Yeah.
Just communicate to be like, this is how the game's going, so you can see how you're being played or how the game is being played in positions you can't see, and it just gives the ref more information.
Yeah.
Because then, if all you've got in your ear is, by the way, Arsenal have literally played you 1,000 times and you're falling for it every single time, the next time maybe he doesn't give it, and it balances the game again. And refs always go on about balance, don't they? So I think it could be beneficial, and the likes of the Harry Maguire thing don't count because rather than saying he's done it twice, or it's not actually done that once yet, next time he does it, I'm not giving him yellow because I don't think he's not done it.
Yeah.
That's the first time he did it. I think that could be powerful. Did you want the spoiler for next week's episode, or do you want to?
Nah, we'll wait.
Wait. What is your moment of the week? I think it's a harder one, but we've still got West Ham.
Moment of the week. There's a hard one.
It's a harder one this week, isn't it?
It is a hard one.
We've got corners. A lot of corners. I'm going to go for Frimpong causing another own goal and just being a bit of a burst of energy.
Salah
again.
finally getting his goal.
That's also fair. Both of those I think are completely fair. Final run through of the scores. Chelsea are winning 3-1. Cole Palmer has just scored. Arsenal was still 1-0. Yeah. Either way, I'm not really bothered.
Because I think Villa do drop off.
Any result from this.
What did I said? City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool as the top four.
Yeah. Any result
As
from
in
that one for me is sort of just like fair game almost. So we dropped down to 6th, but we're drawing like same points as Chelsea.
Yeah.
And they've got a hard run now. They bring Villa back into the fold. If United stay the way they are now, then we're 4 points off of 3rd. I think that's a more favourable position. There's a world where United lose now, and we're 3 points up. Oh, my screen just went weird.
That's because you were swearing.
What? Hilarious if it was. If United go and lose now, then they're on 51. We're 3 points off 3rd. Makes it packed, and then maybe we actually can click. Vert comes back, for example.
Vert's and Isak. Isak is in so much training.
Yeah. What's it doing? Anyway, that's been the Brothers in Red podcast for this week. Thank you for listening. Let us know if you enjoyed it. Make sure you get engaged. Leave us comments. Follow on socials. I've been definitely off it a bit, sorry, just because...
I tweet during games and I will react to some rage bait, but...
Yeah, I hate the rage bait, though. And
It pisses me
the
off.
algorithm makes me read it.
Some people turn their back so easy and like...
Yeah. And
I understand criticism.
I've been
criticism is fair, but I hate slander.
Yeah.
And like I've been on edge this year about Gakpo because I know sometimes he has really frustrated me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying not to. Like I'm trying to just like be like...
Because he's our second top goal scorer.
Yeah.
He's still providing value.
But he hasn't scored in like 14 games. I think it's 1 goal in 14 games in the Prem.
Yeah, well, yeah. And Salah's like, what, now 1 in 1, but what was 1 in 10?
So goals or assists then.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would have scored in cup games and Champions League and things. I think they all should be given slack at the same time as all being held to responsibility.
Well, at the start of the year, we said we weren't expecting anything, just Champions League football. And I think it's because that's at risk that we are shitty.
Worry, it's fine. I think, but again, you can be respectful whilst
there's
holding people to account.
Holding
people to account.
Yeah.
They can be responsible for not being that unenthusiastic and passionate against Wolves.
I will defend Salah till forever. He's done enough for this club. I do not care.
And I don't disagree with that. There is a world where he needs to accept his passing of the guard, I think.
Yeah, but I think he does.
Yeah, fine.
I think that's the whole point about Verts. But then I also think that you need to be able to help him, is what I've said about the slot thing, moving him centrally.
I disagree with that. And then there is, like I say, I think you cannot, and this is again why you can critique, but the slander is almost like our one and only issue right now, and don't clip this, is Gakpo. We need Rio because that would solve all of our problems, as if that's the solution when it's 1000% not.
It's not.
Did you just think about clipping that for the start of this episode? You did, didn't you? Don't do it, else I'll do it.
I won't.
You've been listening to the Brothers in Red podcast. I've been James.
I've been Ben.
Remember, you'll never walk alone, just like our Reds. I'll see you directly.